Second Ezra chapter 16, verse 16. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. And they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the purpose of their actions shall stand in their power.
Exactly. So, as we were mentioning, your governors, your senators, your presidents, anybody, your mayors, anybody that's considered to have any type of authority, the police officers, they're not going to be in control of the things that's going on in this society, man. People are going to be going haywire, killing each other, attacking each other, just to survive, man. As we brought out Isaiah 33 and 6, it says, "Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation." Because one, you're going to see it coming, and two, you're going to know how to operate in those days, man. You're going to know, and hey, that's why we hit the highways and the hedges every week, so we can prepare our people for the battle, man. We can prepare our people for the times that are coming. You'll know who your enemies are. You'll know you'll know really. We can't say who's going to be allies in that day, except for those men. Matter of fact, up the shot, Ezekiel 9 and 4. Unless you had that, hey, like I can say, hey, if you don't have that salute in that day, you're gonna get thrust through, man. Because why? If you don't know the salute, which we say it jokingly, but it has truth to it. If you don't know that salute, then you're gonna be thrust through, because that means you ain't been praising the Heavenly Father, man. And you will know who's been praising the Heavenly Father or not.
Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 4. And the Lord said unto him, "Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the forehead of the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done therein."
He says, set a mark upon the heads of the men that sigh and cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. Alright, which that mark is an exempt from judgment. I believe the Hebrew word is the YAHAWAH. Alright, which means to be exempt from judgment. These are the men that hit the highways and the hedges sincerely and truthfully, that praise YAHAWASHI, that have faith in YAHAWASHI, that believe in the Holy Scriptures, and believe in the Son of the Heavenly Father as the record is given, so on and so forth. This is the mark that's going to be set upon the men that sigh and that cry. Right?
Also, the ones that are taking heed to what we're saying. The ones who are watching, the ones who are taking notes, the ones who are keeping their foot, the ones who, it's not everybody's job to be a prophet. It wouldn't be profitable for everybody to be a prophet, because somebody has to get the lesson. We have to come and teach somebody. Everybody can't be up here teaching each other, but that's why it's a 144 and an elect. Hey. So the elect, those are the ones who are going to have that mark on their forehead, man.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
And to the others, so it's a separation right there. And to the others, he said in my hearing, go after him through the city and smite.
It says, to the others, go ye after him through the city and smite, which means to thrust through with a firm blow, right? Now this is talking about, hey, as we mentioned, those that, like the brother mentioned, those that don't take heed, those that don't keep their foot, those that don't teach that mock the prophecies, those that mock YAHAWASHI, that mock the prophets, that made light in YAHAWASHI's word, those that did whatever they wanted to do while they yet had liberty. All the people that fall in that category, starting from our people down to the heathen nations, man. The Lord he's going to have them thrust through, man.
And what did we just read? That in 2 Ezra chapter 15, about all the swords in their hands. So it's going to be plenty of weaponry around. It's not going to be a shortage than that. It says, let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity.
Hey, because guess what? You didn't spare or have pity when it was time for you to, when the laws were brought out and the statutes and commandments were brought out. You didn't think upon the Lord, man. So the Lord said, and just to say, hey, how the apostle say it, just to say it straight up. Fuck you, man. I'm about to kill your ass. That's pretty much what the Lord's saying, man. If you didn't give heed to the word in them days, he said, fuck you, man. I'm gonna kill you, man. Because you had, hey, why it says while they yet had liberty, they abused my ways, man. You know, the Most High gave our people ample time, man. And he's given us that, but now the times are short. See, the times are short to where that door is closing, man.
Ezekiel 25 and 13. Thus saith the Lord power, I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom. I will cut off man and beast from it.
Edom is the so-called white man walking around today. All right, Esau, Edom. Call him Esau, Edom because it was the Hebrew word Ashar, which means wasted white. All right, because he has no pigmentation. That was that mark that was set upon him, man. All right, so Esau, Edom.
And I will make it desolate from Teman, and there the Dan shall fall by the sword.
And when you go into Teman and the Dan, these were chief men. Israel, the chief nations of Esau, Edom, man. So think about it. So in this day and age, the chief of the so-called white men, the elites, all right, Most High is going to actually to correct that. You're going to be saved for slavery. You're going to be the first fruits of slavery, man. But the rest of you, from the peons all the way up as high as you can go, you're going to be put to death, man.
And this is the point. It says, and I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel.
Oh, this is the Lord. This is the Lord said he's going to lay his vengeance upon Edom. So we're gonna have a hand in putting you to death, Lord willing. We able to get our hands on our goddamn selves. Okay, because hey, like the brother was saying, we're talking about breaks. Breaks at the job is wicked as hell. The way Esau operates at the plantation, man. They give you a fucking break and then they lay the law down on you if you get back from break late or you do some old dumb shit that is fucking wicked as hell. We starting with breaks at the job, man. We're gonna get your ass back for some things like that, man.
15.
From the basis thing as breaks at the job, all the way up to the mass amount of evil and wickedness that you've done in the earth, man. And that you continue to do on the earth.
It says, and they shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to my fury.
Hey, I wonder if that's what that Turner read, man. Right. You know, it wasn't the time, but you know what I'm saying? Hey, it was a righteous act. Because Esau has to go. But the Most High, we're waiting on the Most High to give us that say-so to say, go ahead and carry out my vengeance. Because he's going to have to put his spirit on us, man. He said that he's going to put his anger and his fury in us to carry out his vengeance. So it's bad and pissed off as we are at the so-called white man for all his wickedness, we still ain't angry enough, man.
Right.
You know what? Hey, I mean, what? The Most High, he gonna give men spiritual powers, man, to carry out his vengeance.
And they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord power. And like I said, I still got that. That's the spirit that's gonna be innocent that day, man. That's how we're gonna be able to judge somebody through with no pity, no regard. It's gonna be spiritual. It's not gonna be personal. It's gonna be spiritual.
Hey,
the Heavenly Father has an agenda that's gonna be taken care of in that day, man.
Hey, no, I was gonna add to what you were saying as far as not having pity and not sparing. It's not the book of Ecclesiasticus, the 7th chapter say, bind not one sin upon another, for one thou shalt not go unpunished. It's not the book of Ecclesiasticus 16 and 11 say as is his judgment. So as his judgment, in fact, let's get that. Because the older people that raised us, You know what I'm saying? They were into wickedness and they taught our parents, and our parents taught us. And guess what? That cycle continues. So they have to pay for the things that they done too, man. You know, Jake is not exempt, because when we read on in the book of Ezekiel, it's going to tell you that it says start at the same, start at my people. 16 and 11.
Sirach 16 and 11. And if there be one stiff-necked among the people, it is a marvel if he escape unpunished. For mercy and wrath are with him. He is mighty to forgive.
He's mighty to forgive.
And to pour out displeasure.
And to pour out displeasure, man. Go ahead.
And his mercy is great. As his mercy is great, so is his correction also. Yeah. He judges a man according to his works.
Judges the man according to his works. So, hey, as I mentioned in Sirach 7 and 7, not one sin goes unpunished. So all the things that our grandparents did, our parents did, that are still upon the earth, and for all we know, the Most High could be preserving them until that time of Jacob's trouble, man. So they could be thrust through for teaching us madness. The book of Job said, every man that is born of woman is given unto trouble, man. And that trouble is what? Being enemies of YAHAWASHI through way of sin.
Ezekiel 9 and 6. Slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children.
Slay utterly old and young, man. And the young comes in because we don't, hey, they could have did something in their past life to deserve the type of judgment.
No respect to persons.
There's no respect to persons. Hey, what Job say? Whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off? Because hey, there were certain men. Hey, back then, who was that? There were certain men that were translated. All right. So hey, it says where were the righteous cut off and who perished being innocent, man.
Yeah, the rich are gonna be destroyed. The missiles they gonna die anyway. You haven't doing them faithful.
Hey, as we read in Sirach just now, 16 and 11, the Most High had the mercy that He's shown. The people that die in this time right now, before Jacob's trouble come, that's mercy, man. You're still gonna get judged, but that's mercy to not have to go through the fire and brimstone, man. But the Most High is He's preserving a lot of people for that time. And it's gonna be a glorious thing. Hey, Lord willing, it's a glorious thing to us as well when that fire comes and we see our enemies devoured, man. We see these so-called white people and every Jake that disrespected the Lord, we see them devoured. That's going to be a joy and a glory unto us, man. As we brought out in Proverbs, the 1st chapter last week, it says, we're going to laugh when your calamity comes, man. Because you despise the word of the Lord. Because you want to do your own will. Follow your own heart. The Lord ain't coming back showing no love to no sinners, man. He come back showing no love to no transgressors, man.
It's like utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women, become not near any man upon whom is the mark.
Hey, you gonna have to have the Spirit of the Lord on you in them days, man. Because you think about it in a carnal sense. Right now, if you had to kill somebody, was like, you gotta kill this person in order for this to happen. It's like, damn, man, I don't want to kill nobody. Because what? Your flesh don't want you to kill nobody. It's not something that you used to, man. Right now, we're not used to killing. We ain't killed no damn body. Which one of us out here ever killed somebody, man? So when that time comes when the Lord is putting His vengeance, His anger and His fury in us, we're gonna carry it out and we're gonna have to kill people.
It's an easy thing to say, but it's a hard thing to do, man.
Exactly.
You got all these soldiers with PTSD, and they have like nightmares and flashbacks about all the people they killed, all the innocent people at that they killed in war. I know some people like that are veterans. They hate the 4th of July.
Yeah.
because all the fireworks are going off, and it reminds them of being in a shootout, being in a battle, fear for their life. So that's why it said the Most High had to put His Spirit in us so that we can have the gall, so that we can have that attitude and the mindset that this has to be done. When he opens up that pineal gland and your eyes finally realize, like, oh really, so this is all they did? And we don't know exactly how it's gonna go. But say the Most High opens up your memory theoretically. And you remember all the wickedness that He did in the past life. Or He gives you an inkling of what His plan is. And you're like, well, I gotta stop it. We don't know exactly how it's going to be done, but we know that it's going to be done. We just read that the Most High is going to put his anger upon us. So in that day, man, it ain't going to be no light thing. It says, like the brother said, the next word, and begin in my sanctuary.
It says, begin in my sanctuary. His sanctuary is Israel, man. The Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, we're a sanctuary. And the reason why we're going to be judged first is because we're His people. It says we are the Most High's fervent lover, His only begotten, His chosen, His inheritance. We're the only nation that the Lord that knew the Lord, or that the Lord knew. So yeah, He gonna judge us. Just like if you go to a park and you see and your child is doing some dumbass shit and you see a little Edomite getting judged doing the same thing that they're doing, who you gonna whoop first, man? I'm gonna get my child and fuck their ass up, man. Why? Because I care for you. And if you don't want to listen, I'm really gonna jack you up. That's what's gonna happen, man. The Lord is really gonna jack our people up because you ain't listening. Ain't nobody gonna go to the park and just start hooking around them kids. You gonna snatch your kid up, man. You gonna snatch them by their collar and get their mind right, man.
Good message. Says, then they began at the ancient men, which were before the house. Get back to the. Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able.
Right, so how you have the liberty just to get, like we mentioned, to gather abroad, to do whatever you want to do, go from here to Iowa, or go from here to Lincoln or wherever. You're not going to be able to do that in those times, man. There are going to be checkpoints, there are going to be martial law troops set up all over the place. You're not going to be able to move how you want to move, man.
All they got to do is block off 2-3 key exits, and you're not going to be able to exit the city. They're going to phone you where they want you to go.
That dealing with Omaha, there's a strip down there where the interstate runs through. That interstate strip was based off of blocking North Omaha from the downtown area after that riot that happened. There's a riot that happened where a guy was hung from the corner, around the corner we used to prophesy at. And basically what they did was they built a strip down there so they can basically easily block off, because what happened, people came from North Omaha and went straight down there and went to the fucking courthouse. So they built a strip down there to stop them from doing such things. So it's nothing for them to create an interstate system and basically create an easy way to blockade people, man. You know?
Like what was that, like a year or two ago? That exit to go to South Omaha was blocked off for like damn near 6 months. And you had to go either through the city or you had to go down and around, man. You put at least an extra 15 minutes on your journey. For because of their pride, the city should be troubled, the houses should be destroyed.
Because this is the times we're coming into, man. I believe it's the book of Ezekiel. It says we are called to make all ready to the battle and none go up to the battle, man. These things are about to happen. This is about to be reality, man. We're telling you through the spirit of Yahawah, spirit of power of YAHAWASHI before it happens, man. But none go to the battle. None's preparing themselves for these times that's coming. Right now, we're in the progress of more mentally preparing ourselves for these things that's coming, man. And praying that YAHAWASHI keep that spirit on us when the times do hit. Jake bugged out.
For because of their pride, the city should be troubled, the houses should be destroyed, and men should be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword.
Just like we mentioned, you know, your childhood friend that's an Edomite, you know, hey, in them times, it ain't gonna be the same, man. He gonna go to his own people, and guess what? He's gonna be against you, man. He's not gonna be your buddy in that day. He's gonna turn back to he's gonna resort to his ways, man.
Well, let's go to Isaiah the 14th chapter. Isaiah the 14th chapter, it tells you, well, a motherfucker might tell you, well, that's my dog, I know they gonna ride and I'm gonna roll with them, their family accepts me and all this other dumb shit. But the scriptures tell you what's gonna happen, man. Because at the end of the day, when you're talking about these group of people, 2/3 and heathens, the 2/3 don't live by rules. You know what I'm saying? So they're not trustworthy. They may be cool, but if you take certain resources and things away from them, they resort to different matters for self-preservation. Now, eternally, Jacob do that because of how they were raised, with doctrine and things like that. But Esau, no matter how much Christian is in him, he's going to resort to that matter, every heathen. Because as Ezra said, look to all the nations and see and weigh their righteousness in the balance and see who have served thee. See where the name of the Most High, where the Most High name of the Most High existed. All right.
It's Isaiah 13 verse 14, and it shall be as the chase roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up.
So a chase roe is like a deer, man. You see a deer bouncing around, skipping, trying to get in the fuck. You know what I'm saying? That's how people are gonna be in the streets, man. You're gonna go out. You've seen tons of movies, a lot of zombie movies, quarantine, not quarantine. The one that's talking about the diseases and shit. Yeah, Contagion. You know, and people running, you know, fighting over food and shit. You know, they had this one Netflix series. They was going over. It was like a zombie apocalypse. They were going like into different aspects of the third-person situation. And yeah, Black Friday. And you see motherfuckers running around, and they couldn't get on the thing because they were shot or they were bleeding, and all-out fucking craziness in the street, man. Okay, that's how people gonna be. Take their resources away. You know, that's how they're gonna be, man.
It says, they shall every man turn to his own people and flee every one into his own land.
So what's gonna happen is that when that happens, people are going to go to their own people. You know, like I always bring up Katrina, but during Katrina was a key event where you had, we call it across the river. I believe it's Algiers. No, it's not Algiers. Yes, Algiers. Algiers. So it's basically New Orleans, but it's not New Orleans. It's a different county. You know, you got Douglas County, probably got Sarpy County, but you kind of consider Omaha. It's close.
Right.
So that's the same thing that happened, but you have to cross this water. So people knew that over on that side it was good over there because it's more high ground. You know what I'm saying? So Jake began to go over there, and then the day that Jake doing the interview saying, man, I stayed over there, and I was walking through the block, and you hear from a good distance, don't come any further, nigga. And he was taken back because it's like it's my neighborhood. And I knew the neighbor that was yelling it. And he was kind of fucked up and all that dumb shit. You know why? Because he believed all this unity and that Babylonian doctrine. But when shit hit the fan, they clung unto themselves. And they, guess what? Not only clung unto themselves, it ain't just like they hold on in a room and all crackers gonna hold on like a whole. No, it's self-preservation, man. You know? They was like, nah, it ain't gonna be the end of no white man here. You know what I'm saying? You niggas ain't coming over here with that thug shit. Because the police ain't there. They can't call the police. So all the shit that they think about you and believe that you are, they ain't got no laws to say, a nigga's around, I'm gonna call police just in case. No, it's like a nigga coming. Nah, that nigga does this, he's this. I shoot that nigga on sight, man. And that's how it was, man. And that's how it's going to be in this land. So when you out here, you got a friend, you got Bobby and Tanner and all that dumb shit, and you go and hide with him, you know, it ain't gonna be good for you in multiple ways. So we're gonna finish the scripture and show you. Got something?
Yeah. It's Sirach 12 and 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
Yeah, so that scripture says you never trust thy enemy, but YAHAWASHI said trust thy enemy, right? Okay, are we ignoring that? No, not at all, because it says love thy neighbor. That neighbor is talking about neighboring tribes. It's talking about Judah, Ephraim, Issachar, Naphtali, Reuben. It's talking about those neighboring tribes. That enemy here it was then talking about Israel, but it's still talking about Esau too, man. Okay? Because the scripture tell you to not show mercy to the wicked, man. Okay? Because yet will he not learn righteousness. Right? Because with the bitch, the police officer Geiger, they showed mercy unto her. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody want to give her a hug.
Yeah, giving her hugs and you know, things that were historically never done. A judge getting off of their podium, going down to hug the defendant, the murder victim, man. And you're convicted of murder. And you're hugging her, fixing her hair. Normally motherfuckers are jumping over the fucking thing. You can't wait till it snap their neck, man. You know? And then on top of that, the guy that helped get the bitch locked up and got justice served, he dies. Where's all the love and all the hugging, and this man helped get justice for you, man. This man helped and put his life on the line to get justice. Now who know what killed him? Who know who killed him? They put it on Jake, but it could have been a fucking another police officer. You know how that blue shield works, man. You know? Or you got one of our own locked up, we're gonna off your ass, man. Caught his ass in the street, gunned him down, and then blamed it on three random niggas. Because everybody believing Jake is murderous anyway, man. Ain't nobody showing no mercy on anybody in that situation, man. The judge ain't gonna get off their podium for them 3 Jakes that's about to go to jail. They ain't gonna get off, they ain't gonna twist their dreadlocks and shit while they fucking sitting. They ain't gonna sit there and hug them. None of that, man. I treat them like shit. Just like they treated Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, and Michael Jackson, and all the rest of Jake, man. And I don't do that shit, man. And the Lord gonna hold your ass accountable. Not saying that all these people didn't do it. I don't know. I highly believe so that they did it, and they deserve the judgment that they get. But at the same time, fucking, you got the energy to show Esau all that fucking mercy, man. You Michael Jackson is a dead man. You know? What the fuck? Yeah, all of them. They had Michael Jackson on HBO,
Yep.
R. Kelly on Netflix. They had Bill Cosby all over the news. And Jake can have no sympathy. The only thing they had no sympathy, they ain't ignore it. They were putting up memes and all this shit, man. You know?
Work all your life to have a statue, you know, to build yourself all the way up here, and then you try to do something for our people. And now look at you, you ain't nothing but a meme. You're a joke.
Yeah.
And you gotta spend the rest of your life in jail as an old man.
With an asterisk saying that you was a fucking and Jake, stupid ass, promotes the asterisk. Oh yeah, man. Don't take a drink from Bill Cosby, and all that shit. And you promote it, you keep it living. Elvis fucking a whole pedophile. All you hear, the Esau never talked down on Elvis, man.
Right.
You never hear that, man. He's the king. I was watching this one movie, Devil's Rejects, and the guy was like, "Would you ever talk about the king?" You know what I'm saying?
Like, Jesus.
Yeah, like hey, that's how they treat him, man. Cause ain't no Jesus, so-called Jesus for them. Jesus is their Jesus. YAHAWASHI is not their Jesus, so they gotta whatever idol that they have, they're gonna hold on to it because they know they'll never get one that's legit like YAHAWASHI, man. So when they get an Elvis, they get a Triple G, they get a Lomachenko, they get a Conor McGregor, they get a Larry Bird. You can't talk down on them. There ain't no Edomite gonna talk down on them, man. Tom Brady. I seen I don't know if the brother was with the brothers, Tom Brady last week, not this week, but last week his ass slid and he got some dirt caught up in his knee brace and he picking it out. The dude went for a tackle down Tom Brady's sled. He did not hit him at all. And he got up, picked him up, started picking the shit out with him, man.
Yeah.
You know?
I ain't never seen that before, man. In the middle of the game.
Yeah. The alignment had a mentality of hating the quarterback, like Terrell Suggs, man. You know? But then you see a nigga picking out dirt of Tom Brady's knee brace, man, because he thought he hit him, man. Why? Because it's an implemented mentality. He saw